Hey, it's Coach T. This is another one of the Affinity Publisher 2 videos, and this is a challenge video, so that means that hopefully you've watched the content that this is about. At this point, you should know how to set a text style. You should know how to move text in, insert with filler text for experimentation. You should have an idea of what the master pages are doing. In this case, my master pages are up here. I don't know why I was indicating with my mouse. And also, you should have an idea of how to use the text frames, or the image frames rather, or to import images in some other manner. So what we're going to be doing in this project is, so I can get my mouse back, we're going to be inserting image frames to create a magazine-like layout across 4 or more pages. So this is not one where I necessarily have a solution that you can just work through. But I'm gonna give you a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, I want to turn all of this text down. I feel like it doesn't look quite right when it's that big. So a couple bells and whistles, you could add your own custom text headings. You could try to add columns, although I will have a video in the future that goes over columns in depth. Add at least one image frame per page. Add minimum one rectangle and one circle text frame. And for the circle text frame, if you're wondering, when would I ever use that? Well, imagine it's your headshot as the author. Okay? And then let's do a custom shape somewhere. So what I mean by that is just this, the rectangle tool. Just add one of these in there as just a little bit of extra visual flair. Okay? Like maybe the pie tool if we're visualizing data or something like that, or an arrow tool or a star tool, you know. So there's your project. Pause this video now. I'll blow it up so you can see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. We're going to spell check that, custom. And when you come back in maybe 30 seconds or so, I will walk you through how I do this myself. Okay? And hopefully we build confidence by getting through the challenge together and seeing how layout works on a multiple page spread. All right. Okay, so now let's work through these. So we already have custom text headings in here. I'm going to cheat and just use my original one, and I'm going to call this up as heading 2. And I'm also going to right click capitalization, all caps that baby. All right, so now I have a heading. I am going to add columns. I'm going to add columns by selecting all this text and going all the way down. And if you don't know what I'm doing with columns, don't worry about it right now. I'm going to justify it because it looks nicer. But notice that when I did that, I ended up with columns only on this last page. So I do need to beware that this needs to be either like that, which actually doesn't look too bad, does it? Actually, I don't think I mind that. So we're going to go like this. Project, challenge. All right. And you know what? To hell with it. Let's just bullet this. Oh, I see what I did. All right, so we are inserting image frames to create a magazine-like layout across 4 or more pages. Okay, so we added our own text headings, and this is a feature I will show you in a future video, but basically I'm going to insert, break, and where'd it go? Insert, break, column break. Okay, so now I just feel like that looks nicer. I know my document is only going to go to about here because my editor gave me a certain size, so I'm going to put a circle text frame in. And then, you know what? Let's just make it look nice. We're going to add a 1 column thing in here, and we'll go about the author. Wow, that's really big. Let's walk that down to a heading size, and then we'll just do some body text, which is black right now, but we don't want it to be black, and we'll do blah, 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 right? Okay. Now there I can go into replacing the image, and we will replace the image with a picture of a ukulele, who is the author of this story. Like that. Okay. Now, that's one of my requirements, right? But I don't have one image frame per page, and I need to have a column here. What's going on here? Oh, you know what? That's on the master page. That's why. So we are going to layer. We're going to edit detach so that we don't backwash that into the master page itself. There we go. Now we have some two column views. Very nice. Okay. Now that's very blocky. We want some images to block that up. So let's go and we'll add one image right here. And I'm not doing this on the master page. I might consider doing this on the master page if I always want my articles to look this way. But at the moment, I don't think I do. So we are going to, we'll pick this one. This is going to be my image, and I'm just going to wrap text. I'm going to jump the text around it like this. Okay. Now I have an image there. And I think I want to have another image. Maybe I want to have an image on this side for sure. That doesn't quite give it enough space though. Okay. So let's do, you know what? Let's move this one over. We'll move this guy over here, and then we'll zoom him out a little bit so we can see him. And the column, what's happening here is the column break is getting in the way. So if I just back up a little bit, there it is. Yeah, we'll eventually get it back. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to happen. Okay. That's all right. Okay. So we have, we added custom text headings. We tried to add columns. We added at least one image per frame. Okay, let's come over here and we'll add another one. What we'll do is we're going to add we'll add a picture frame here, although I don't really like that that layout. We'll do jumping around it. Oops. Whoops. How about like right about there? Oop, too far. Okay, like that. And then I also want to add a custom shape. So let's say we're going to do, let's see what color this draws. That works actually. And we will also jump around this one. Ooh, that doesn't look right. What happened there? How are you? That is very odd. Let's go back and look at our master page. What did we just discover? Top of line. Huh. That is super goofy. I have no idea why it's doing that. Is it this? It appears to be that. Okay. Well, that's why we play with the layout to figure out what can happen. So let's try that again. Okay, so that didn't seem to happen. Now, if I jump my text, though, maybe if I tighten it up, chain it. Huh. It really, really does not like that shape being there. Let's edit detached. We'll look at how to troubleshoot this thing together, and we'll narrow this up. Okay, so whatever was happening, maybe it's because the two images are interacting. Maybe if I tighten this up, let's see. Go to there, and we'll go to the jumping properties, and we'll turn this down to 0.15 and see what happens. Nope. Okay. We can narrow it up even more. We can do maybe tight. Nope. Okay, so I'm not totally sure. I don't know. That one's new to me. But that's okay, because we do have the solution here of just getting this out of the way. And then we can add, let's just add a pie chart or something like that. This pie tool, like this. Oh, not that big. And here we have the ability to change exactly how much of that we want. And obviously we don't want to fill with that. We'll do it like this color. Hey, it looks like a Pac-Man. Woo! There we go. Okay. So we've added columns. We have at least one image per frame. And we have a minimum rectangle and one circle text frame between each of them. So this might look like a 3-page article now. And you can zoom out to see how those things flow together. So maybe here we want to replace this image with, I don't know, this one, and we'll fill the whole thing with it like that. And now we have an idea of what this text would look like if it were printed out on a page. So that is how you wrap text across multiple pages, and then that is how you begin to add images in to quickly build your layouts. You could do all of this in master pages too. If you knew you always wanted to have articles that looked more or less like this, you could build these in your master pages, set up your text fields to have 2 columns, etc. And then you can go in and you can edit detached so that you can adjust the particular master page that underlays one instance over here without having to overly monkey with other master pages up here. There's a whole bunch you can do. So hopefully you learned a little bit from this challenge and you're feeling more confident in your abilities to create some really beautiful layouts in Affinity Publisher 2. If you like this kind of head-first dive into one feature, one function, one tool in a piece of software to build cool stuff, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you later. I was glad to have taught you today.